Hey Hogs, this is our film from offensive team practice. Um, Today, the Tuesday of camp. I'm just going to talk through the play real slow to just try to clear up some things and correct some things up front. So this first play here is dive. We're running dive to the right. So going through everyone's progression, gap on, double team, gap on, double team, gap on, double team, everyone on the way down. Okay, so the H has a guy in his gap. So he has a drive block. Remember, on the front side, we're driving and pushing. We're trying to drive guys away from the hole, which is the backside A gap right here. Okay, we're trying to create a wall on the front side here. Okay, on the backside, we're trying to cover guys up. Okay, the backside guard is doing a push block with the center because that guy is still, this zero technique is not where we're trying to run the ball. He's still on the play side, so the guard's going to push him before he works up to his linebacker. Okay. So, anyways, everyone's doing gap on double team. The way you know which linebacker you're going to, remember the center will come up to the line of scrimmage and recognize if it's an odd front or an even front. Okay, this is an odd front because there's three down linemen. So he'll say odd, odd, odd. So that means he's working to the backside backer. Okay. If you're play side of the center, you were working to the next second level defender, which would be this linebacker. Okay. If the H was on the backside here and the tackle was working with the H on the backside, they would work to the next second level defender on the backside. Okay. Whoever that is. So that's how you know which linebacker you're working to. So the center is working to the backside backer right here with the guard. They know they're on a double team combination block. So these two guys blocking these two guys. Okay. And whoever comes off on the linebacker is dictated by the linebacker. If the linebacker shows up here, the guard will come off. If the linebacker flows over the top, the center will come off. Okay. Same thing here with the center and tackle or the guard and tackle. These two, okay, these two guys have these two guys. Whoever comes off is dictated by the linebacker. If the linebacker shows here, the guard comes off and blocks him. If he goes over the top, the tackle will come off and block him, and the guard would then stay on the down lineman. Okay, it is a combination block. That's what we need to understand. Okay, backside tackle on dive, you have that sift technique. You are chipping this forward technique, hitting him with your backside hand. You're trying to reach him. Okay, if he goes into your gap, then you'll drive him to the sideline. If he stays on your outside shoulder, stay there and look for anything coming to your gap. Okay. So let's watch. Okay, watching the H. The H steps out, drives this guy out. He gets his head on the inside, driving him out. That's what we want to see. Okay, watching this double team. This should be a push double team right here. Okay, push to this linebacker. Let's watch the tackle. Okay, the tackle's first step is too big. He steps with his inside foot. He should not do that. It should be 1, 2, get your feet rooted in the ground, and then we're lunging at this guy straight on. Okay. He's waiting for help from this from the guard. Now he might not get help from the guard. He might not get help if this guy triggers right away, just like he does. So the guard, if the linebacker is on you, you have to stay square on this push block. We have to stay square because you have to be able to get off and block this guy right away. Okay, if that guy triggers, you have to go get him. When he triggers, you trigger, and you have to go block him right away, which you do a pretty good job of doing. Okay. But here we need to be more vertical. We need to take smaller steps, shorter steps as we go and block this guy. They're just way too long, and we need to go attack this guy vertically. Okay. Watching the center. Center, this is pretty good. We lunge. Okay, I'd like to see you lift more. You're kind of just going straight out at him. I'd like to see you get underneath and lift. Okay. I want to see your head on the other side, though. Okay. Get your head over here into your gap. Okay. You'll know if you need to get off on the linebacker, if this linebacker flows over the top and comes into your gap. Okay. You'll know if you need to come off if he does that. You should feel the guard pushing you off as well. Okay. Now our backside guard goes the wrong way. Everyone is responsible for their play side gap. Everyone is moving play side. Everybody is moving play side. So if it's dive to the right, we're working to the right side. So our guard should be pushing to this linebacker right here. As soon as that linebacker triggers, that's when he needs to work up. So he does get up to this linebacker. He's just on the wrong shoulder. Okay. He needs to be on the play side shoulder because we're trying to run the ball right there where that linebacker is. Okay. Sorry, I had to stop the recording. I had to step away for a while. So I honestly don't remember what I was talking about. I think I was talking about for the double team, looking at the linebacker is who dictates who comes off. Okay. So here, this guard should be working with the center. Center should have his head on the other side here, and they're working in combination with the backs to the backside linebacker. Okay. So that linebacker triggers right away. So we need to get our head on the inside number, the play side number, because we're trying to run the ball right here. So we got to make sure we cover up the linebacker like we did the lineman. Okay. Same thing here. We need to get our head up on the play side number, and we should have our head here doing a chip block, keeping our head and eyes on the inside. If that guy wants to go outside, we'll let him. If he wants to cross our face, then we'll wash him down and the ball would bounce outside. Okay. We'll move on to the next one here. Okay, here I believe we're running sweep to the left. Okay. Just watching by the running back's path. Yep, by the running back's path. So we're going to be driving here. We should have a chip and a base. Okay, this is base to this linebacker. So you two are working in combination of this linebacker. There should be a base to this linebacker, a base double here. Okay, just like that. And then on the backside, you're sifting, you're chipping this for technique, seeing where he wants to go. But these two working to that guy, these two working to that linebacker, and that linebacker, wherever he goes, dictates who's coming off on him. Okay. So watch the H. At H drives block him out because that's where we're trying to run the ball right there on sweep. Okay. So Illa right here, our left tackle, you step over too much. Okay, we step over too much. We want to be thick through this down defender. Okay, your second step needs to go vertical. So your first step is good, but your second step needs to get vertical. You see how it trails off to the left, and now there's a big gap in between you and the guard. Okay, this is not a double team. This is way too much room that we're giving up here. Okay. So way too much room. You do come back to it, which is great. Okay. But initially, this is way too much room, and this guy's just going to shoot this gap and make the tackle, which we can't have happen. Okay. We need to make sure we try to stay tight on this guy. All right. We'll try to stay tight on this guy, but you do a good job readjusting. Okay. Watching the center. Okay. Ella, your chip block needs to look more like Taglin's right here, attacking that side. Okay, it's kind of like you have the base block, but you're giving a little bit of room for this guy to come over and take it over if he needs to, if that linebacker flows over the top. Okay, you need to stay tight on this chip. Okay, we don't want to get too far over. Just look at Taglin here on his chip. He's staying nice and tight. Okay. The right guard here, I think this is Burke. Okay, this should be a base double team. You should be getting depth. Okay, and you should be trying to get your head here or your body here and get nice and tight. Once again, you see how loose this double team is. You do a good job getting off to the backer, which is nice. Okay, because he shoots your gap and we're able to run the ball. This ball should be ran right there. Okay, the A back is wrong here. The running back should be running the ball right there because that's the hole, and we do a nice job opening that hole up. Okay, so notice we're square on this guy. We get up to the linebacker. but we're trying to run the ball here. And if he does that, then we're in a great position. Okay. So, backside tackle, we'll watch Thome here. Okay. Thome, you step and it looks like you think this guy's in your gap. So you scoop that 4 technique. That's fine. That's totally fine because you know that the backside guard is working with the center to that backside linebacker. Okay, so if that guy lines up in your gap, then you know you got a scoop block. Okay, and then you just block him. If he was a 4 or a 5, if he was out here, then you would chip him, and then if he tries to cross your face, then you would just cut him off from the play. Okay. So this one, I believe, is sweep as well. Yeah, this one is sweep as well, I believe. Okay, so we have our drive block from the H, driving him out. Okay, he should step with the play side foot first. He should step with this foot first before he steps with that foot. Okay, but he's driving that guy out. Okay, this is a really good. If this was a push block, this is a great block. I want everyone to see this demeanor right here. Notice how his feet is rooted right here. Okay. He's got a wide base. He's gator walking. Okay. His hands are inside. He could be a little bit lower, but notice how he lifts and drive, and he's driving this guy right off the ball. This is really, really nice job here. I love this demeanor with the legs. Okay. This is really good by Alton driving this guy off the ball. Okay. But what we should have, this is sweep to the left. So everyone should be moving to their left. Okay. Everyone should be moving to their left. So we should have a double team here. There should be a base double team, I believe. If this is sweep, working up to that guy. Okay. Same thing here. We should have a base double. But it looks like our guards are going the wrong direction. Remember, if it's to the left, you're working to the left. Okay. We shouldn't be working that direction. Okay. Because he gets popped. Right. We got to make sure we're going the right direction, which I don't think we are, because we would put the H back on the correct side. And the cameraman is going to the side that we're running the ball. So okay, here I believe we're running sweep. Just looking at the path of the running back. Yep, we're running sweep. So his path is going this way. So that tells me that it's sweep. So we should be drive blocking here. We should have a chip and a base. So a base double working to this backer. Okay, we should have a base double working to this backer. Okay, and then we should have a sift technique where he's stepping over, protecting his B gap, getting his backside hand on this guy and seeing what he wants to do. Okay. So watching the H. Good. The H is inside here, driving this guy out. That's what we want to see. Okay. Watching big TC here. TC, your first step is good. You step to the side. So your second step, notice how it also kind of lags this way. Your second step needs to be vertical right at this guy. But I love how you're firing off the ball. This is great. We're getting great movement here on this double team. Okay. Dito, your second step. So this should be a scoot. You should be stepping back. Okay. So 1, 2, and then you step up with that third step. Okay. You're trying to take this guy over. Okay. But you do get in this position. This is a decent double team. You guys are getting movement, but our eyes have to be on this linebacker right here. Okay. So Dito, you got to be coming off on that linebacker, your linebacker that you guys are working to. You got to go block him. Okay. Thome, you do going to the center here. Okay, you step over, which is great to give this guy room, which is awesome. Now Dito should be working here to block this guy, but Thome, you do a great job having your eye in your gap. Okay, and giving a punch if that guy shows up in your gap. And it should just be a single punch like that if you see that happening, but Dito should be right there. Okay. That guy tries to go A gap, you just give a little punch, a little help, okay? But you still need to stay just like this, okay? Giving a little help here and a little help there. If a guy shows up in your gap, but you still have a guy head up on you. You kind of have to give a punch to each guy. Okay, here on the backside guard. Okay, we should be working tight to this. Okay, we do not trigger, so we cannot be impatient. We need to get over here and stay on this double team as long as possible until we can reach out and touch this linebacker. When we want to get there at the last second possible, okay? Say an Alton, so we should be doing this backside sift where we try to keep this guy on our backside. If he tries to flow over the top, then we seal him off. Okay. We're looking for any sort of B gap threat. It could be like this linebacker flowing over the top, trying to hit the B gap. We're trying to look for anything hitting our B gap before we turn around and block this guy. Okay. But what you do, it's not bad. Okay, this is sweep here. Okay, so we should have a drive block. We should have a chip block. We should have a base double work into this linebacker. Okay, we should have a base double work into this linebacker. We should have a sift block attacking that play side number, having our eyes in our gap. Okay, let's watch the H. The H takes a lateral step. That's not good. We should be taking a directional step right at the guy. If we do that, if we step laterally like that, this guy's going to shoot the gap. Okay, we need to go inside to out on this guy. Okay. Illa, I need you to fire out on this guy more. We need to go punch this guy. Okay. It looks like, Lucas, it looks like you're doing a scoop technique here. You're on the front side of sweep. Remember, front side, if you're on the front side, center, play side guard, play side tackle, H back, you are doing a base technique. Okay. You're what the running back is reading. Okay. So we need to stay square, get in front of guys, and read our linebacker and make sure the right guy is getting off. So we need to stay square, and whoever needs to get off on the linebacker gets off on the linebacker and hits them square. Okay. So the running back can make his read. If you're on the backside here, you're the guys that are trying to scoop and cut off the backside. Okay. Because watch, Lucas, if you do this right away, where does the linebacker go? He's just going to undercut this and he's going to make the tackle. I think that's why Illa is so confused. But Illa, you still need to fire out more. Okay. This is an aggressive play. You need to go punch this guy while you're reading. You need to be aggressive to the read. You cannot be tentative and just sit here. You need to go attack the guy. Okay. Tags, this is good. You chip, your eyes are in your gap, you're seeing what's going on. Okay, you know that the guard should be going to his backer here. Now, tags as you're working, okay, it should be that Burke is getting off here and that you are then covering this guy back up. That's what we should be doing, but we never get to that. Okay, that's what we should do if this guy tries to backdoor. This is still a base double here, guys. So you should still be reading this linebacker and seeing what's going on. Okay, so Burke should come off and then you should turn back and block this the nose guard. Okay. But now if you do notice this, you can give a little punch to this guy to try to slow him up as you're working to your linebacker. Okay, so this is where we're running sweep, but we don't have an H. All right. We don't have an H. So that means our tackle, just like in our pass protection, he has to keep his eyes open or his eyes to his outside. Okay, because if he has a guy in his gap and on him, we can't block both those guys. See, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders, and we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. Okay, so we are going to block the front side of sweep. We're going to block the front side, the front 5 guys. Okay, and we're going to leave this backside guy. So that's why we need to make that over call. Okay, because the ball's coming out this way. So we're going to say over, over. So you got to go out, which means we're IDing the next linebacker over, because a normal sweep, this backside linebacker would be the guy that the center is working to, okay, with the backside guard. Okay, and you guys would be working to that play side backer. But with an over call, we're now doing one backer over. So now the tackle and the guard are working out here to those guys. The center and the guard are now working to the play side backer. Okay, and now the backside tackle is running to go cut off the backside, the backside backer. The guard and the center are working to the front side backer. Okay, that's what an over call is. And we want to use the same call as we do for pass protection. So they cannot tip off knowing if it's either run or pass. That's why I have the same call. Okay, so watching Illa, and this is great awareness here. So he has a base block. He should be trying to cover this guy up. This guy's so far outside that we're just going to drive him to the sideline. He knows that the ball's being ran here. So we're just going to drive this guy out to the sideline and run him, and the running back's going to cut underneath. The wider your defender is, the closer your aiming point should be, because it's impossible for you to get out and try to reach this guy if he's way out here. So if he's super wide, then just go block him out and block him to the outside so the running back knows he's going to cut it up. Okay. Same thing with the tackle. If you're one-on-one with the 4 technique, right way out here, sorry, not the tackle, the guard. Same thing with the guard. If you are trying to go and reach a 4 technique by yourself and that guy fights hard outside, quickly just turn him out and run him. Okay. Because that's a hard thing to do. So, and that's exactly what these 2 guys do. Okay, we're getting our head to the outside. We actually get our head to the outside here, which is good, but we should just try to drive that guy straight out, which is what Illa does. Okay, center and guard working to that play sign linebacker. So just because of where the linebackers align, most likely the center has to come off, and that guard will take the nose guard. It's very unlikely that this linebacker is going to loop back, especially because of where the play is going. And that's exactly what happens. And Taglin blocks the linebacker square like he should. Okay. This is a nice base block for our backside guard. He steps flat. He gets in front of his guy and blocks him. Okay. And this is a great job by our tackle running and getting to that linebacker. But then we need to turn and shut the door and cut him off from the play. Okay. Which we do that late. But notice this big hole that we have here to run the ball because of it. Okay. We do a great job getting to our guys. Okay, and he's able to cut the ball up. Okay. So that's a good last play to end on, all right? So overall, we're learning, guys. We're going to do drills to get us better at our combo blocks. We're going to do a drill tomorrow to get us better at those combo blocks to get more comfortable with them.